my name is Eleni Orfanos. I am a current master's student at Georgetown University studying environment and sustainability management. I am from Westchester, New York originally, and I'm also currently a paralegal here in DC, specializing in ESG and impact. Before I started my master's at Georgetown, I was an undergrad student at American University studying international relations with a concentration in sustainability. And I went straight through from undergrad to my master's program. So I graduated last May and started this program in August. And the reason why I came to Georgetown was first that I loved being in DC. It's a great city to be a young professional as well as a student. And it's the center of all law and policymaking for sustainability especially, so it was a great place to study that. Something else that drew me to starting a master's right away and going to Georgetown was that at American I was part of a 3-year program, so I was graduating pretty young, so going straight through to a master's program was something that I thought would prepare me well for the workforce, especially getting more knowledge and expertise within sustainability. My passion for sustainability just came from trying to find something within my undergrad focus of international relations that really made me want to get up the next day and work in a field. A lot of my peers were working on national security and foreign affairs and military relations and diplomacy, but that is not what drew my interest to the international space. I wanted to make a difference in everyone's lives, and I took a class on environmental health as well as environmental sustainability, an intro course in my major, and I found that the issues of climate change, biodiversity, food security were all topics within the international relations fields that drew my interest, something that I can personally make a difference in, because everyone around the world is impacted by climate change and it's getting worse every day. And as someone who's also been very interested in law from an early age, being involved in debate in high school, as well as just a general interest in argumentation and research and logic, I found that working in and studying in sustainability from the legal side of things really would maximize my daily impact within environmental sustainability. So that's where my passion comes for sustainability. My favorite course so far in this program has been Environmentally Sustainable Operations and Business Models, which is taught by Dr. Vishal Agrawal, who's one of our co-directors here at the Master of Science in Environment Sustainability Management program, as well as a Sustainable Business Chair here at Georgetown University. And he's one of the best lecturers I've ever had. And in this course, it really culminates everything we've learned so far in this program. It's taken the second semester of the program, so it calls back a lot of the knowledge that we learned during our first semester. Specifically, we use a lot of what we learned in our Finance for Sustainability course from semester 1 when we're calculating MPV values, as well as from other courses where we learned how to do carbon accounting and tracking carbon footprinting. We were able to apply that to case studies that we tackled in this class. And it really was a great opportunity to also open discussion, as these classes are case study focused, which means that we're looking at a problem that a business or the broader industry has faced relating to sustainability, and being able to draw upon stuff we've learned in other courses made it really come together in this course. One of the big things here about Georgetown, and especially being a student in sustainability, is that sustainability is something that is increasingly focused on campus. So like the shirt for my program, everything, at least for our program and increasingly across campus, is being sustainably sourced. And also here on campus, we do a lot of sustainability initiatives. We just launched within the past couple of years the Earth Commons, which this master's program is housed under, as well as a lot of faculty for our program, which focuses on environmental science and sustainability practices. And we also have, through the Earth Commons, a sustainable Hoya harvest garden, which our program has gotten involved in within our environmental science class, which is increasing the circularity of our food systems here on campus, as well as bringing some mental health value to having urban gardens on campus. So definitely sustainability is something that is increasing here on campus. Georgetown has a really amazing community, and that was something that also drew me to Georgetown for graduate school. A lot of other programs I looked at seemed to lack community for grad students and more so focus on the undergrad. here at Georgetown, I've noticed that students across different levels are very integrated here on campus. So we're invited to all the same events that undergrads are, and even increasingly only available to grad students, which allows us to connect on campus rather than just coming just for class and then leaving to our day jobs or whatever else we have going on during the day. For example, the McDonough School of Business always has something going on, and especially in sustainability, which has become an increasing interest not only for our program, but others. So a lot of the MBAs will want to engage specifically with our program just because of the interest in sustainability. So we definitely feel very welcomed here on campus. I know for myself personally, I've really enjoyed some of the Jesuit values as we are a Jesuit institution at Georgetown. So a lot of those values connect to bringing community together. We have a lot of Georgetown values like community and diversity, care for the common home that really connect us together with our peers. And I really feel that every day I'm on campus. Georgetown is really big on these Jesuit values as it is a Jesuit institution, but they're not as emphasized in terms of explicit religious instruction in classes, which I know is something that a lot of people would be scared off at by applying to or attending a Jesuit institution, especially because one of the values that we have is religious or interreligious diversity. So even if you're not Catholic or Christian, you're still welcomed here on campus. And there's been no point where anyone's been asked to go to a church service. It's more so just the values that create a moral person that inform the work and practice here on campus. So as one that I've mentioned is care for the common home. That is just emphasizing that we should be looking at protecting the environment, which specifically aligns with sustainability. And then there's also ones about caring for the whole person, which is something that's pervasive throughout campus, including how professors look at more than just the workload on a student or just the knowledge aspect, which is obviously important, but they also look to curate the entire person, making sure that our mental health is taken care of. And we have a lot of great services here on campus to emphasize that. So it's more so about creating care for everyone throughout all aspects of their life, rather than just feeding into a religion. It's more about moral values and bringing community together. Some of the extracurricular activities I'm involved in on campus range from ones that are available to all students and even just undergrads, like the policy debate team, as well as some organizations that are only available to the McDonough School of Business, which, for example, the ones I'm involved in are the Clean Tech and Energy Club, Net Impact, and the Government and Business Alliance. So a lot of these clubs that are very focused on what I'm studying here at Georgetown related to sustainability, as well as ranging to interests like government that relate to my interest in law. DC is one of the best cities to be in as a student and even as a young professional. The city is so young, there's so many opportunities, especially for sustainability, which is an increasingly growing field. So there's always an event to go to downtown, you're at the center of policymaking, and even so, private organizations have a lot of headquarters here, so there's a lot of events happening there. I know that I've been able to intern or work every semester, which is not something you're able to do in every college town. And being in DC especially, you have a lot of people coming to the city, whether it be policymakers, ambassadors, coming because it's the capital, but also coming to Georgetown especially. We had Pete Buttigieg last semester come onto campus to talk about sustainability in the Department of Transportation. We also had the ambassador of Barbados come in for a symposium in the fall, which some of our classmates in the program who did a presentation on climate change impacts in Barbados got to speak with that prime minister to talk about what their findings were. So DC is absolutely unparalleled when it comes to the opportunities that you get as a student and a young professional. My plans for after graduation include being a paralegal. I'm currently working part-time at a big law firm here in DC as a paralegal, which I'll be transitioning to full-time once I graduate, and that is in their ESG and impact practice. So putting into practice the skills that I've learned in this program. A lot of the work that the practice does directly relates to what we're studying here in this program. Every day I learn new things in this program that I'm applying to in that job. For example, we have a whole course on ESG investing, which relates to a lot of the advising work we do for investment funds. as well as some of the courses we've done on accounting really relate to some of the advising we do on disclosure for sustainability. So that's what I'll be doing after graduation. Georgetown in this program had a major role in helping me secure a job for after graduation. First being that when I applied for this job for being an ESG and impact paralegal, I listed all the courses that I'd be taking or that I had already taken in this program. And that just showed them that I had a lot of expertise in specifically in ESG. And the biggest question or the biggest comment that they had when it came to reviewing my resume is just how important all the courses I was taking in this program were. And I felt that my program specifically, with having all these very relevant courses in sustainability, got me my job because they were so impressed with everything I was learning in this program, because it's exactly aligning to what they wanted in that position. And secondly, Georgetown really helped me in this position because I was able to reach out to an alum to help me prepare for the interviews, as well as provide me a recommendation for the position. So not only did the network help me secure this position, but the exact courses within this program set me up for success in terms of not only getting through the door with screening interviews, but also being a very important talking point for all my interviews, since everyone was so interested in how the courses exactly aligned with the position. The learnings from my master's program that will contribute most to my current role include more knowledge about the frameworks for sustainability disclosure. So within my role, I help attorneys on advising clients on what they need to do regarding disclosure, which is increasingly relevant with new climate rules coming up by the SEC, as well as new frameworks just for measuring benchmarks for sustainability across industries. So with a lot of the courses that we've had in this program, we'll talk about what these disclosure mechanisms are, as well as criticisms and way we can critically evaluate these frameworks for disclosure. So the knowledge I've gained in these areas allow me to better advise attorneys who will then advise the clients on these issues. There are also other courses here that have helped me for this job, which include the capstone course, which involves working directly with a company, working basically on a consulting project, which helps me with more professional experience and engaging with clients on sustainability, which is something as just coming out of undergrad has been very valuable to me, as well as for people who are not like myself and have years of work experience. They're able to work specifically on a sustainability issue and get experience in that way. For a prospective student considering Georgetown, I'd really advise them to look into what their program specifically offers and why that's unique compared to other programs. I know for this course specifically, I found it to be very unique for Georgetown specifically because of the integration of business principles as well as environmental science principles in a way that was interdisciplinary, which was not the case at most programs that I looked at. And I think that's very informed by the character and values of Georgetown. We as I've mentioned before, focus on Jesuit values and the values of Georgetown, and one of those being care for the common home, as well as thought diversity. So those two things aligning together really culminate into this program, because not only do we have emphasis on sustainability through the value of care for the common home, but also connecting people across disciplines to create the most value for this care for the common home through thought diversity. I think for anyone interested in the Master's of Science in Environment Sustainability Management program needs to really take notice of how Georgetown is very unique in its curriculum. First, we have a cohort model, which is unique among other sustainability programs, where everyone in the course is taking the same classes. You don't have to fight over registration with anyone to get the exact courses you want. You're taking a set curriculum that has been curated by faculty as well as from student surveys to provide information that you need to be a sustainability leader. So a lot of the courses we take are designed to meet the needs of hiring professionals. So a lot of skills that you find on sustainability jobs, whether it be learning coding languages like R or learning how to do carbon footprinting, all these skills are things you learn in the classroom. So that's one thing to take note of how unique Georgetown is. And another thing to take note of is the interdisciplinary approach to sustainability, because sustainability is not just about knowing environmental science or sustainable operations or policy or communication, marketing. You have to have all those things. And even if you are more in line with wanting to do the science side of things, or maybe you just want to be a consultant or a business leader within sustainability, the one thing that draws students to Georgetown and something that is very important for sustainability broadly is being able to communicate across sector and across discipline, even if you're not in that specific area. So for myself, I want to go into environmental law, but I don't have the business side or even the science side of things from my undergraduate experiences, but I'm able to now, through this program, communicate with those people who are in business and science. And that's very important because in sustainability, it's going to require integrated solutions, not just looking at science targets or supply chain operations management. You have to bring both together in order to have effective solutions to big sustainability issues like climate change. And that's something that Georgetown is doing better than any other school that I looked at. And it's because of that interdisciplinary approach, not just having a degree for environmental science or not just operations management or anything between. It's all in the one place.